Well, what's up, fam? It's me, DJ Bretley here, and I'm starting wedding log from home today because I woke up 3 hours earlier than I expected. I'm wide awake and getting a little work done before we head out to the La Crescent Area Event Center. And yeah, Kevin and Anna hired me as their DJ over a year ago, like 18 months ago. And we've talked a few times in the planning process, so we're all good to go today. There's been a little change to the ceremony, so when I get into La Crescent, I'm going to have to go talk to the officiant and make a couple other notes. But aside from that, I am good to go. I'm using a simpler setup today. And with that, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel. I'll check in with everybody once I get to La Crescent. And so I'm here at the load-in at the La Crescent Area Event Center. And this is the load-in door. Over that way is where I'll be setting up. Over behind here is where the ceremony's at. And I'll show you around once we get inside. And so like I was saying, this is where the ceremony takes place today. And we're doing a room flip because this is where dinner takes place as well. The head table goes back over there where the altar is. And the dance is happening behind these walls. And that's where all the dinner tables are right now. It's going to take about an hour to flip this room around. So I get an hour break after the ceremony. And this is where the rest of the stuff is for today. The room flip, all these tables go out there. Here's my dance floor. And I will be setting up against that wall. Years ago, the staff had us setting up right here and with our backs open to tables and stuff. And I really didn't like that. So one day the old manager didn't say I could. I just started setting up over here because I was here a lot that summer. She wasn't thrilled with it, but it changed the whole aspect of the room. And it made sound for the entire room, projecting towards this wall, come out clearer for everyone in the room. There was no kind of, they couldn't hear way on one side or the other. It's a very balanced sound once we did that. And all the other DJs that come here now have followed suit and do the same thing. Anyway, I'm going to set up and get going with that. I'll check in with everybody once I'm done. And my DJ tip of the day is make sure you keep several different colors of gaff tape in your equipment. So when you have to tape down, your colors don't stick out like a sore thumb. Today, the floor is obviously brown, and there is my brown tape. I also keep gray, white, black, and those are the four I keep on hand, as those are the most of the floor colors I will come across. But make sure you do keep colors of everything you need. And so I'm fully set up here at the La Crescent Area Event Center. And let me go through my setup today for the ceremony. I'm using one EV Everse 8 on one Rockville speaker stand. I've got an Audio 2000 tray table, an iPad clamp I got off Amazon a couple weeks ago, and let's see here. For my microphones, way up top there, I'm using the Phoenix Pro PTU 71 dual handheld mic set. I am also using my lapel mic, and that's from Hollyland, and I've got that right there. I'm using my iPad and the Everse, the EV app to control sound, as well as my audio or music from Apple Music is what I'm using today to run my ceremony music. And that's everything I got going on for the ceremony. And I'll show you my main setup in a second. And here's my main setup. And I'm not fully done. I have to put my scrims down on my lights, but I have to move the lights first. Aside from that, everything else is set up. And I'm using two Chauvet 4-bar LTBTs with two ProRec scrims. My uplights that will be inside of the trees today are Both Lighting IR4s. Then I have two ICOA speakers from LD Systems, and those are 15-inch, obviously in white, on two Odyssey subwoofer poles, and those do have the lift assist. Underneath that, I have two Soundtown Carpo subwoofers, but inside the cabinets, I have two Eminence Kappa speakers. And let me take you behind the booth and show you what I got going on back there. And in my booth today, I've got a 2023 MacBook Pro it's a 16-inch M3 Max on one Odyssey 360 laptop stand. To the right, I do have my tripod for getting footage. Then for my deck, I am using a Pioneer DJ DDJ FLX10 for Rekordbox and Serato. I do use it for Rekordbox. For lighting today, because I'm just using the two Chauvet lights, I'm using the Chauvet BT Air app to control that off of my iPad once we get going over here. Next up, I've got my Radial Engineering Power Conditioner, a Behringer Eurorack RX1202 effects, and the Phoenix Pro PTU 2U dual handheld mic set. And then I've got 4 Tech Mojo drawers, my fatigue mat from Amazon, and my Pro Line music stand. And of course, La Boo Boo. And that's everything I'm using today here at the Crescent Area Event Center. Well, what's up, fam? I figured I would take everybody through my ceremony setup one time because this is quite possibly the easiest, most efficient, simplest setup I've ever used in my life. And let me take you through it. So Evie really does have the best simply battery-powered speaker on the market, in my opinion. For sound quality, capabilities, the whole 9 yards. And this is the main piece of my ceremony setup. And one thing I love about it is you can use Bluetooth to Bluetooth into it for your music and to use the mixer control. And that is a game changer when it comes to being a mobile DJ. So that's the first thing I'm using. Up top, we have the Phoenix Pro PTU 71 dual handheld mic set. It's not their greatest piece of equipment by any means or the best microphones that are on the market, but they do the job and they actually sound incredible. And I'm gonna say the same for the Hollyland lapel mics. They are, again, not the most expensive out there, but they do a great job and I'm totally blown away by them. And if you look here, here's the backside of the EV Everse, and I've got the 2 things I need going in, those are just my mics, plugged in. And you can power your microphones off of the DC power out right here. And that is going straight up to one of the cables and my mic up there. And let me turn it on and show you everything else that goes on with this. So once I power that up, it will let me turn on my iPad here, or I can turn on my iPad. And then from there, you can connect to the speaker from Bluetooth. And now that's connected, the mixer app will work, as well as my music. And this is where Evie has absolutely outdone anybody on the mobile game. So I'll get rid of that for now. And you can connect to the mixer via the app. And now once you're logged in or paired up, you can, this is the main screen that comes up first, and it's the main speaker EQ. If you click mixer right here, it brings up all 4 channels that are available on the mixer. And you'll see I've got this for my Hollylands, this is for my microphones, and that's for my music. And this is game changing. Additionally, you can have the attenuation there for the main, or if you want to go back, click there. You can go to the effects mode and each speaker, as well as its bass, treble, and mids, and dial it in the way you want it so it sounds good. And once you're done, you can always just click back here to the mixer mode and it brings up all the channels again. But yeah, this is the next part of my ceremony setup. Then I've got my Audios 2000 tray table, and I literally am just using it as it is right now. Once we get going, I will put my notes for the ceremony there so I can read along and use the mixer and not have to be looking everywhere else or going back and forth. It's very simple, concise, and so I can stay focused in one spot. And then I've just got a cheap Rockville speaker stand. I've had this stand for probably close to 7 or 8 years, and that's the entire setup. All in all, it cost me probably close to $2,500 with the iPad. Maybe a little bit more, give or take. Maybe, yeah, $2,500 sounds about right. Maybe $3,000 after all is said and done. But yeah, this is everything I'm using here. And that's how my ceremony rig is put together. Honestly, for the price, efficiency, and everything that it does, this blows my old ceremony setups away and makes my setup time under 10 minutes to get all this up and going. So yeah, anybody considering the EV, that's my take on it. Hope you enjoyed. And it's picture time for our soon-to-be newlyweds. And our photographer today is Canyon.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, if everybody would please be so kind as to draw their attention to the entryway doors and assist me in welcoming our wedding party into the reception. Coming first, please welcome Madison and Alex. Here come Marissa and Peter. Please welcome Taylor and Matt. Here comes Danielle and Mitch. And now if everybody can please get up out of their seats, put their hands together, and make some noise for our newlyweds, Kevin and Anna Urban! I used to move snowflakes by the I guess even back then you can call me CEO of the ROC.
Right now, it's time for cake cutting. Surprise cake cutting for our bride and groom from her mom.
There's few people on this green earth that like to hear themselves talk as much as I do, so thank you for feeding me the mic.
That was really good. So, to introduce myself, my name is Mitch. I basically met Kevin in La Crosse, Wisconsin, where he went to college.
The previous speeches are over. Firstly, I want to thank you all for coming and sharing this day with the both of us. Now, give yourselves a round of applause.
I'm taking a moment to honor my mother.
Exterior like Crescent, the interior like suicide. It comes to 2 to the 3 and 4. I'ma make you feel alright. Come on, get it in the system. You start drunk texting and suddenly you miss them. Or even when I'm in the club, I'm football, my nigga got that in, so get in the kick and drum. What's the vibe? If you wanna die, all I know is pain, all I feel is rain. She started dancing like she do it in the mirror. Do it in the mirror.
Do you think you can find me? I'm not all alone.